Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me for this morning's edition of Jeannine's Voice. So I have a question for you that I would like to ask, and it's a really good question, something that I was thinking about um, myself earlier in regards to my own life, and I'm quite sure that this is a question that you may have also thought of for you. And what imprint do you want your life to leave on the world? Are you a legacy builder? Well, today I am going to share with you 3 tips that I have been using for myself that will help you develop that sense of what it means to be a legacy builder. Well, first of all, you may ask, Jeannine, well, what does it mean to leave a legacy? So when you leave a legacy, most people think of a legacy as something that you leave when you die. It's not monetary, it's not a trust fund, that it's not, has nothing to do with your will. Your legacy is what you are creating right now for yourself. It's more about what you have learned on the course of your life. Your legacy is your personal history. It's your life experiences, and it cannot be reproduced in any way, shape, or form. So to leave a legacy, it doesn't matter where you start. Many people start to think, well, if I'm going to build a legacy, should I have started thinking about this when I was 18 or when I was in college? A legacy is something that you have to stop and think about. Like, when is your earliest memory of something that you continue to do today? Or is it something that you can recall in a story, something that has occurred at any given time? I want you to stop right now for a moment, and I want you to ask yourself, where will you begin in building your legacy? At what point in your life do you want people to remember the things that you have done in your life? Now, you don't need a plan to figure out what your legacy is going to be. You need to stop and you need to think about what is most important to you. So in your life, what made you the happiest? What is your greatest accomplishment that really made you happy, made you think, and something that you know that has affected others in a big way? Was it something that you did 20 years ago, 10 years ago, or maybe it was just last week that it happened? So something to think about, building your legacy. What are your values? Did you get your values from your parents? Were these values that were passed on? Or have your values come from your own life lessons? Or is it a combination of the two? Is your legacy connected to your faith and what you believe in your higher power? Perhaps you're guided spiritually and focused on living a life of worth, of monetary means. Is that part of your legacy? Another thing for you to think about is, what are you most proud of in your life? Is there a great accomplishment? Like I stated before, are you the first that ever graduated from college in your family? Do you have an uncle that maybe was famous and he taught you life lessons? Do you recall, or can you recall maybe some difficulties that you faced in your life Is that going to be a part of your legacy? These are all things for you to think about. Most of the time when people think about leaving their legacy, they think automatically that it has to be something that is good. And that is not necessarily true. It could be something that happened bad in your life. It can be a bad experience that you may have faced through the course of your time. These will all help build an amazing legacy for you. So I want you to ask yourself a question. How do you want your life to touch others? You may not think that there's anything in your life that you have done. It doesn't have to be something big and significant or something that landed in a newspaper or even on a radio show. It could be that one small, minute thing that someone admires you for. It may be that one thing that someone remembers. So I want you to think about what may you have done in your life that has touched others. Because if you can think of that, it's going to be an opportunity for you to share how you want to be remembered. What did other people mean to you? So those people that are in your life or who have passed on, what did they mean to you? What impression did they leave on your life, and what impression did you leave on them? All of these are going to be some pretty important things that can be stored in your memory. And the people that you loved, the people that you befriended or helped, the trips that you took, the meals you shared, and the crazy, awkward moments that you have encountered. They're all going to be worth remembering and something that will help others. Right now in my mind, I can think of three amazing women that I can think about that have left a legacy and an imprint on my mind. For one person, I'm going to name right away, would be my mother. She left an amazing imprint on my life concerning fashion because my mom loved to dress. It made her feel good. It gave her a sense of accomplishment because she was also a seamstress and she loved to sew. So seeing the excitement on my mom's face when she created an outfit from scratch, not necessarily always using a simplicity pattern, remember those? Or something from Vogue. It was something that she actually created for herself. So watching that in my mind, that has left an imprint for me because it was something that was important to her, matching her colors together with her shoes and her purses. And seeing the joy on her face when she was able to create something great for other people that would make them feel good. And even today, my mom, she's been gone for going on 3 years, but even when she was alive, the imprint that she left on family members and friends by simply the way she dressed and by simply creating outfits for other people, that is one of the greatest memory that people can remember about my mother. And then there's two other women that I really sat and I thought about that were significant in my life, that I could remember these women as I was growing up. And I just want to share a few things with you about these women. Now, growing up, and one of my favorite, do you remember the 1972 movie Sounder with Cicely Tyson? I can remember seeing her in various movies and just being in awe about Cicely Tyson. Because as a young Black girl, she set the mark for me. So besides being a phenomenal actress who broke the racial barriers, Cicely Tyson captured the heart of Black America when it was needed the most. She became a beauty champion who declared Black as beautiful. When she died, CNN remembered her as becoming the first Black actress to wear her hair in an afro during a time when it was deemed not beautiful. She inspired other Black women like Angela Davis, Maya Angelou, Oprah Winfrey, and me to follow her example. Also, she helped usher in a new perspective of wearing braids for Black women. And so she appeared on the cover of Jet magazine in March of 1973. For years to come, for many, many years to come, she will be remembered as a person that was important during the civil rights movement. What a legacy. Now, another person that I really loved growing up was Audrey Hepburn. Yes, I loved Audrey Hepburn. And my favorite movie that she was in was Breakfast at Tiffany's. So she was known, she was an advocate. First of all, let's start with that. She was a strong advocate for children, for children's rights. She was a goodwill ambassador for UNICEF. She became a goodwill ambassador in 1988. And then she went on to do many missions in Ethiopia during the years when there was a drought and civil strife. And she was brave, so she showed bravery. She showed tenacity. She let her passion shine. But also, she was another fashion icon. She had a fashion legacy. She chose her own clothes when she wore them in the opening scene at Breakfast at Tiffany's. That Black dress that she had on with the pearl, if you remember the white pearl necklace, if you think about it, even today, it is one of the most copied looks in popular culture. So, legacy. And when we think about our legacy, what imprint do we want to leave for others so that they can create a legacy? What example of a legacy do you want to be? As you prepare in your life to create a legacy, what will you do to show others how to create a legacy? Well, as I stated in the beginning, I'm going to share with you 3 tips that are going to help you build your own legacy. And I've already asked you the questions for you to ponder over and only you have the answers, right? So what does it mean to have a legacy? And also I asked you, what's important to you? What imprint, what do you want people to know about you and to remember about you? What are your values? What do you value the most in life? Who did you learn your values from? And how were they able to help you build your own values for today? And what are you most proud of in your life? What are you proud of? And how do you want your life to touch others? So leaving a legacy is simple. So here are a few tips that I continue to use. And we're going to build these on what I've stated earlier and the questions that I have asked you. So when you go back over your life, I want you to reflect, and then I want you to decide what's important. So when you review your life's journey, there are going to be some ideas that may come to your mind. Did you grow and perhaps transform in your life? Did you evolve? Every year, I can honestly say that I evolve unknowingly. Every time the season of change comes about, and October is my time of reflection, because it's my birthday month and I turn another year, I'm always able to look back at the things that I've gone through in that year, bad and good, and journal how much those experiences have changed me. And in those changes that you find is where you find your truth, okay? And when you find your truth, that is what you use to inspire others. That's how you become a leader. And that's how you become an influencer that can change others. So touching lives and exemplifying your truthful path is going to be joyful to you and purposeful to you. And it is what you can use and what will leave a legacy. So once you have figured out and know how you have evolved and what your legacy is going to be, because when change happens and when we come into our truth and when we evolve, we become excited because of our accomplishment. And when we become excited, we want to share, right? We want to share, we want to tell others what we've done so that it can help others. And that is the point. At that point is when the second tip I want to give you is when you become a mentor to others. So you become a legend in other people's lives and you build your legacy by becoming a mentor. So a mentor usually is more experienced and more knowledgeable than a person. Not always. A mentor, when you mentor others, you help a person to grow by what you have learned. And also by allowing that other person to teach you. Because a person that you are mentoring will remember that they were able to share some of their nuggets with you while you have shared your nuggets with them. So when you exchange your knowledge, you complement each other. and you will have longing of a lasting and long relationship with these very people that you are mentoring, that you are inspiring, that you are helping to build your legacy and how you will touch others. I build my legacy by pouring into other people my experiences in life, helping those very women who may be traveling a road that is not so fortunate. They may be sitting right in the darkness. And I love helping women come to the other side, helping them see the light that is in front of them. And I'm hoping that if you are struggling, or if you just need a little push, or if you need someone to remind you of the tools that you already have, you can contact me at Jeannine@illuminateyourdreams.com, where I help women walk through their darkness into the light so that they can live a better life. The third tip is, in order for you to build a legacy, you have to be living your dream and creating change. That dream is inside you. As I always state, that dream is the very thing that you found inside you as a young child. Your dream is your passion, and your passion is your legacy. Your passion comes from an outpouring of the interests and the ideas that make a difference to you. What is your passion? Stop and think about that for a minute. Finding your passion and then pursuing your passion allows you to see your destiny. And when you are able to see your destiny, it keeps the spark inside you built very strong so that you are able to share your tools and tips with other people. You are able to have a lasting meaning in life. So don't miss out on the opportunity for you to pursue your passions, because when you pursue your passions to the fullest, it's contagious. When you are living your dream and you are pursuing your passion and living it, that is contagious, and you are helping to create an illuminated change in the world by the example that you set. So please don't miss out on an opportunity to build your legacy. So let's do a recap. The three, you reflect and decide what is important in your life. 2, become a mentor to other people. Share with them and allow them to mentor you, because they will remember that and it will have a lasting effect on their life. Live your dream, and when you live your dream, it will help you to create change. I want you to know that leaving a legacy is an important part of your life. It's going to help you. A legacy, it develops from a life dedicated to self-reflection and purpose. And what will be revealed from this process is something that's going to endure for a lifetime. And when you tell your story to other people, your legacy unfolds. Because I want you to remember something. You are the only one that's in control of your legacy. And when you tell your stories and when you allow other people to see what you're doing and talk to others and pour into them, you are controlling what people will remember about you. And that is how your legacy is built. I hope that you will reach out to me and go to my website, illuminateyourdreams.com, where you will learn more about me. You can see the upcoming classes that will be coming up, and you can stay connected. Go to illuminateyourdreams.com and get my free gift, My Journey to Self-Love, where I share some nuggets with you on my journey to my self-love. And also subscribe to my newsletter. And as always, I want to leave you with the following question. What legacy will you leave behind in the world that will create an illuminated change in the lives of others? I am Jeannine Rivers, and until next week, keep illuminating.